Glad to be with you today. So we continue to be in the epistle to the Ephesians, this epistle that's trying to grow this church, or at least get this church started. And so it's very practical on how to be a community, how to be the body of Christ. And we move into the fourth chapter, and the writer begins the fourth chapter by saying, therefore. Just to give you a heads up, in Biblical Interpretation 101, whenever you see a therefore, find out what it's there for, right? So therefore is this movement from one activity to the purpose, right? So what our writer is doing, he's saying, I'm going to move you from this theological exposition to a moral exhortation, or he's taking us from the theoretical to the applicable. How do we take what he's saying about no boundaries into the life of the actual church? Well, he begins by telling us and reminding us that we all have one God, one Father, one Son, one Spirit, one baptism. That we all come under the same creative nature. And because there is one creative nature, there is one intention that God has for the world, which is a completeness, a wholeness, or we could say shalom. So how do we make that happen? Well, our writer uses three words: humility, gentleness, and patience. Humility is that notion of just knowing who you are and whose you are, and that notion that we are all the same. Gentleness is that notion that we all belong together, so let's treat one another as we belong to one another. And the third is patience, probably one of the more difficult ones. But what the writer is trying to tell us is that our time is not God's time. Be patient in your time, for God's time will catch up. And so we have those three that we need to work on: humility, gentleness, and patience, to find that unity that the writer is calling us to. As God is one, we should be one. But this is where we also get it mixed up, right? Unity does not mean uniformity. Unity does not mean we all have to act alike. It does not mean we all have to think alike. But unity in the sense of our purpose and our intention in creation. As John Wesley reminded us, right? We don't have to all think alike in order to love alike. Right? So this oneness, this unity, we can still be diverse, we can still be different people, we can still worship in different ways. But we have one intention in mind. So how is it that you work on your humility, your gentleness, and your patience? How is it that you work towards a oneness, a shalom with God? We'll see you soon.